For 2,000 years, people believed that the Earth was the center of our universe. They delighted in the smug knowledge that the great cosmos of moon and stars and sun revolved around them and them alone. The sea of stars in the night sky were hung like so many diamonds, strictly for the enjoyment of man. But by the 1600s, great minds were beginning to question and dispute what had always been held as truth. And so began the conflict between faith and reason. The Inquisition.
Giordano Bruno, I order you to recant your beliefs. Say to me now that the Earth is the center of our great cosmos, not the sun as you have so dangerously taught. Say it. Let it be recorded that I have given the prisoner a chance for redemption. God forgive you. You must now face the consequences. Giordano Bruno, I pronounce you a heretic.
You are the witnesses, all you young people who flock to hear me speak on this marvelous new discovery. New bright star in the heavens that has appeared as if out of nowhere. Some of you are terrified and excited by superstition. You want to know if this new star in the constellation of Sagittarius, this Kepler's nova, is an omen, a warning of some terrible doom approaching our Earth. Others simply want to know if this truly is a new star. In the 2 months since it was first sighted, after hours and hours of observation, it is my firm belief that the brightness of the star is gradually fading. And there is only one acceptable explanation for this. The star is moving away from the Earth. Yes, my learned gentleman, moving.
How can this star move? Stars don't move about willy-nilly. Hey, they don't appear and disappear at will. That's lunacy. All of the stars are fixed in space. They hang on the inside wall of the hollow sphere of the universe. Solemnly himself decreed it.
Mr. Columbe, Ptolemy decreed it more than 1,500 years ago. 1,500 years ago, everyone thought the world was flat.
What's that got to do with anything?
We must embrace the new. I didn't say, Mr. Columbe, that the star appeared and disappeared at will. I said the star was changing, growing dimmer, and the reason for that, the Earth is also moving away from the star, and the star is gradually changing its angle toward the Earth.
So now it's the Earth that's moving. If the Earth spun around in space, how could the birds hold on to their perches?
The Earth cannot be spinning since a pigeon perches safely.
The great Aristotle made it clear that the heavens are fixed. You abandon Aristotle. Who shall be our guide?
Anyone with eyes and a mind of their own will guide themselves.
Heresy!
Not all pigeons I see can perch safely.
Let Galileo pay for this.
Look who it is. My famous brother.
What are you doing here?
Do you by chance have any money?
Some.
Can I have it?
No.
I'm in a little awkward position with the owner of the trattoria.
Fine, then get a job.
A job? I'm an artist. Mr. Galileo.
Oh, that boring man.
Senor Frascati.
My congratulations. Wonderful lecture. I was hoping you would do me the honor of greeting my young protege. I wanted to meet the great mind of Padua.
Well, I'm in a bit of a hurry. I'm sorry.
Come on. Follow him.
How much pasta have you been eating?
My lady friends have large appetites.
I have nothing to give you. Is that clear? Quit following me.
Mr. Galileo. I'm not the only one you can't get rid of. Only a moment of your time.
Of course. So, you were at the lecture, young man. What did you think of it?
It was boring. Except for that fight with the pigeon.
That's what I love to see, a keen and open mind.
It was a joke. Your explanation for the star goes against everything wise men know.
Then how would you know? Senor Frascati, my condolences.
Oh, I'm falling!
No.
The earth must be moving.
Annoying insect! It is your type that will cause your generation's downfall.
Mr. Galileo, may I introduce you to the Grand Duchess Christine of the Medici family of Florence, and her heir, the Prince, Cosimo de' Medici.
Yes, yes. The annoying insect is the Prince of Florence. It's a lovely title.
Then you'll want to return to Florence as soon as you can, I'm sure.
At least teachers there know that the earth does not move. Everything in the solar system revolves around it.
As your court revolves around you, I imagine. Grand Duchess.
Good play. You just insulted the most powerful family in Florence.
There in Sagittarius, the bright one.
That one.
Yes, and it is moving.
You should be more careful lecturing on such an unpopular theory. Probably a good thing you're going to Florence tomorrow. The right information in the wrong ears could have nasty repercussions.
You're so right, Friar. Galileo can't make a fool of Lodovico di Colombi and get away with it. Oh, make him pay.
Trashing a popular myth can do more to make me famous than simply agreeing with everyone else's mistakes.
Friar Sarpi! Good to see you.
Michelangelo, enjoying your brother's hospitality again?
My brother is the soul of generosity, isn't he?
So, that's the famous Kepler's Nova.
That star is not a star, but the angry eye of a god. And did you know? I heard this from the chef at the trattoria just today.
Good source.
That Jupiter, Mars, and Saturn were aligned this very same way when the Black Death swept across Europe. Not a good sign.
Let's have dinner.
Dinner! Great idea.
Thank you. Oh, wonderful. A subpoena. Looks as if I can't go to Florence unless I want to be arrested. Apparently, I'm behind in dowry payments to my sister's husband, and the man is going to take me to court the minute I set foot in the city.
What did I say? Bad luck. Let's have some dinner.
How can I raise any amount of money on a teacher's salary? I've got to invent something useful.
I promise to pray to the new star for you.
What's the meaning of this letter? I asked you a question.
Galileo, so good to see you. Oh, brilliant book. Brilliant.
Never mind about that. What's this all about?
Oh, thanks to me, your prayers have been answered.
No, on the contrary. You, the great success of your lecture, and the warm recommendations of Friar Sarpi on your behalf, the Grand Duchess Christine of Tuscany of the Medici court desires Galileo Galilei to instruct her son and heir, Prince Cosimo.
There, you see? Money on a golden platter.
I hate tutoring, especially that insufferable little prince.
He's just a boy.
No, he's just a monster. The intelligence of a newt, the attitude of a sultan.
My friend, the Medici family controls the courts of Florence.
I think I know that.
The little matter of your litigation would probably be forgotten.
The prince's former tutor left. Rather suddenly. He was present at Cosimo's birthday celebration last week. We haven't seen him since.
Probably jumped off a bridge.
I trust and value Friar Sarpi's opinion. I want my son taught by the best minds available, even if it means staying on in Padua. He must learn how to think.
Always a good start.
I understand the Medici family could possibly be useful to you. Friar Sarpi mentioned something awkward. That is before the courts.
I promise you I will turn the boy into a questioner, not an acceptor.
Shouldn't be too difficult. My son has a good mind. Open and willing to learn.
Rubbish! You expect me to believe that?
Yes, I do.
Garbage!
Now, here we have two pendulums. Are you listening? One of cork, one of metal. Both of very unequal weight, you will admit. Yet, they travel the same arc at the same speed. Trust your eyes. Now, you still believe that the heavier one moves faster, right?
Yes. Yes, I do. Look, the cork is slowing down.
That is another question entirely. The important thing is that they travel the first arc at the same speed.
Rubbish!
All right, all right, all right. I am calm. I am calm. In other words, two stones dropped at the same moment from a high tower. One 50 times the size of the other. You believe that when the smaller stone is halfway down, the larger will have already hit the ground.
Yes, that's exactly what will happen. It's the way it has been. It's the way it always will be. Aristotle said so.
Did you experiment with this theory, or did you read it and nod stupidly in agreement?
I don't need to experiment. It just is.
Nothing just is.
I will not have classes in the streets. They smell. Where are we going?
You'll find out.
I want to go back. I will go back.
All right. You think the sun rises and sets on Aristotle. Now's the time to prove or disprove one of his many theories.
Whatever.
I've tried this experiment already in Pisa, but I will repeat it for the benefit of my empty-headed new students. Now, which will hit the ground first? This one. Fine. Watch what happens and prepare to be wrong. Large and small bodies of the same material do not fall at different speeds, as Aristotle stated, but at the same speed, like the cork and metal balls of the pendulum.
Rubbish.
I would cheerfully drop you off the tower to prove the point.
Well, which hit the ground first?
By how much? Aristotle made a mistake of 90 feet. I am as close as this. All objects fall at the same speed, regardless of their mass. Remember that. And this one is Orion the Hunter, the king of the constellations. There are more bright stars in Orion than in any other grouping. 3 stars form his belt. 2 mark his shoulders, 2 his knees. The 3 stars in his belt point down towards Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky. And above Orion, almost straight overhead, the brilliant Capella. Sky filled with pictures, each with their own story. A never-ending vista, only beheld by the eyes of infinity. Well, now that I've fired up your imagination to the point of spontaneous combustion, I will return to my own endeavors.
Someone visited my mother just a few days ago, from the Netherlands. He was exhibiting a strange toy. Called it an eyeglass. Made things look slightly closer than they are. Dizzying.
I've heard of it. How does it work? No. Put your head back on your hands. There, yes. Now look to the left, to the right. Up, down. Yes. Amazing. Don't just sit there. I need you. You see it? You see? It's the shape of the glass. I need lenses, like eyeglasses. We'll try different combinations. Convex, concave, till we get it right. Now, concave makes things smaller. Convex, larger. Make yourself useful. Polish this. Need some coal. Harder. It has to shine like crystal.
I'm not a servant, and I don't appreciate being treated like one.
We're all servants of science. Now, I need to line them up. There must be a proper order.
Is it gonna work?
It's closer. At least 3 times closer. Reno, we're not finished.
Amazing.
It's not good enough yet. Back to work. Yes.
It'll make me dizzy.
It'll make me money. Take this down. Hurry. Dear Friar Sarpi, please use your considerable power to gain access to the Venetian Doge, who I know has an open mind to the wonders of science. I present your grace a new artifice, hoping that this instrument is worthy of being received by you, and I give it to you as a present.
present. I thought he needed money.
Watch and learn.
This simple tube represents the new age of science. I direct it to Padua, its source and its inspiration.
I will recommend, sir, to the university that you'll receive a substantial increase in salary and a guarantee of lifetime employment.
I am honored. Come, look.
Take a look. It's
look,
amazing.
Look.
Unbelievable. See how you... Everyone.
Bravo!
Thank you. I am honored.
Lifetime employment.
Now, accolades aside,
I've worked at this university for years, and nobody has ever recognized my great genius.
Today, we will look at a new way of measuring the rate of acceleration. Since it is very difficult to measure the speed of objects dropped from a great height, the changes in speed of falling objects happen too quickly for easy measurement. I have discovered a surprisingly simple solution to the problem. I will mark the position of the ball on each beat.
Giro, tonzo, casca,
Now, I will tie string around the plank everywhere I have made a mark with my chalk.
He's playing like a child.
Giro, tondo, casca, mondo.
Perfectly on the beat. The distances traveled form a regular numerical sequence. The second is 3 times as long as the first. The next 5 times as long. Then 7 times as long. 9 times, 11, 13, 15. It is always important, when seeking the truth, to employ fantasy. Yes, to play like a child at invention and guess a little. When I'm looking for truth, I always look for the opposite. That's why I place great value on Mr. Colombe's opinions. Isn't that true, Mr. Colombe?
You would do well to listen.
Yes, because just as great good and great evil are always there together, so the right beliefs and the wrong beliefs are usually side by side. Still looking for pigeons to drop off their perches, sir? Just don't get underneath them at the wrong moment.
Find out where Mr. Galileo is. Now!
I like it here. If I can get some money, I would.
Fine, whatever. Just don't bother me.
I promise you, I will never trouble you ever again. I love you. Do you need this?
Take it. Get out! Don't bother me.
Why haven't you shown up for my classes the past 2 weeks?
I've discovered a new way of grounding the lenses. This telescope can magnify objects 30 times. 10 times more powerful than the one I gave to the Doge in Venice. And I've discovered something amazing. Come here, look through. Tell me what you see. Oh, what do you see?
The moon. It's amazing.
Yes, the universe draws near. Now, what do you see on the moon?
I don't know. Marks.
What do they look like? Use your imagination.
Just marks.
No, like hills and valleys and craters and mountains.
Yes. A bit.
A bit?
It is not the smooth, celestial sphere that everyone would have us believe, is it?
No.
No, it's rough and uneven, just like the Earth. Now. There. I've been watching them for weeks. You know what they are? Moons. They rotate around Jupiter. I believe our Earth is in motion, like Jupiter, and our moon rotates around the Earth, like Jupiter's rotate around it. Do you see them? You have to believe your eyes.
They're amazing. Absolutely amazing. I decree they will be called the Medicean planets. I am Jupiter around whom they revolve.
Is that so? I'd question anything that revolves around you.
It's the destiny I'm born to.
No, destiny is one thing. Deserving it is another. And learning how to make the best use of it still another. And no one decrees anything in my study except me. I discovered those moons, and I'll be the one to name them. I've always said that experimentation is the teacher of all things. You made a point. I'll look into it. Maybe there's some hope for you after all. The Medicean planets they shall be. I decree it. You must know and understand that for all scientists, the key to good work is tireless and repeated experimentation and observation until a theory has been proved or disproved. Therefore, you must
observe
above all things and
collect evidence.
Yes, then and only then can you formulate laws. You must understand and know that medicine, science, philosophy, astrology, and music are somehow all one, all drawn together by a bond of mystery. You must also know that science is a combination of common sense, persistence, and imagination.
What are they doing down there?
That you don't want to know. When we lose our sense of mystery, life becomes a gray and dreary business, something only to be endured. Never lose your sense of wonder. Why do birds fly? Where did the earth come from? Where is it going? How did the stars get there in the first place? Mysteries are everywhere. I can now deduce that the highest mountain on the moon is 4 miles.
How?
Working with the laws of light and shadow. No. There, sit. What you are looking at are the Pleiades, the 6 sister stars near Taurus. According to myth, one sister, Electra, is not visible because she married a mortal. Yet, as you can see, there she is, along with 40 other siblings that no one has been able to see before this. When considering the properties of floating objects, it's important to take into mind certain problems of engineering, such as how much weight floating material like timber can bear. With the help of my assistant, I will show you.
The Lord reigneth. He is clothed with majesty and strength. It is also established that the world cannot be moved. Cannot be moved. I quote from the 93rd Psalm. So, Galileo will have you believe that all previous writings in philosophy, mathematics, and theology are wrong? Will he also do away with the Holy Scriptures?
You have to ask yourself, do you not?
So, the head of the Pigeon League is back to peck away at truth. Those who prize the gift of sight so little deserve to lose it.
Your own sight is highly dubious if you persist in looking through that stupid eyeglass of yours. What a pity that Galileo should stoop to such cheap entertainment tricks. I charge that crystals have been planted in that lens to make it appear like there are more stars and moons than there really are. I challenge you, Galileo, to a duel involving Aristotle's principles of flotation. I shall prove to you that his principles are sound.
Total waste of my valuable time.
I accept the challenge. I'll defend Mr. Galileo's theories.
I look forward to it.
Need any help?
No, I think I'm ready. I just hadn't expected such a crowd.
The demonstration will now begin.
Oh, no.
Good luck.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Colombe, but you hold the belief that shape alone affects whether a solid body will sink or float in a medium such as water.
Yes, shape alone affects whether a solid body sinks or floats in water. I will now prove my theory. This object will float because it is flat and thin. This floats because it is a sphere. This does not float because it is not flat or thin. Oops!
No, that's false. Ebony will sink to the bottom even if you make it thinner than paper, because ebony is denser than water. Whether something floats or sinks, it doesn't depend on shape at all, but on its density. Ice is less dense than liquid water. It will float due to its physical properties, not its shape.
Cosimo de' Medici, the winner.
Meanwhile, boy doesn't even shave yet.
Let's see a key float.
Hey! No, look! What are you doing?
Rome will hear of Galileo, and soon he will join his colleague, Bruno.
The moon. Dizzying. You have to leave now. Now. I'll get you some grapes later. Go. That telescope thing is more useful than I thought.
I've written a book, Sarpi. Oh. Picking up where another great mind left off. I am now standing on the shoulders of a giant. Although the idea seemed absurd, I began to think of a motion of the earth. That the earth revolved around the sun. That the earth rotated. And the moon is the only celestial body orbiting the earth. I believe the sun, as if seated upon a royal throne, rules the family of planets as they circle around him. A sun-centered solar system, just as I have always believed. And I am now certain that everything Aristotle and Ptolemy's theories have taught us about the heavens is wrong. Copernicus was right. The Earth is not the center of the universe with everything revolving around it. And with my telescope, I have confirmed the theory that the Earth revolves around the sun, as do the other planets.
You know that Copernicus didn't publish this book until he was on his deathbed? He was so afraid of the Inquisition?
I know.
I warn you again, my friend. Be careful.
I've almost finished writing the sunspot letters. When it's completed, will you read the manuscript?
Manuscript? Of course.
Who would have thought that my little invention would have proved Copernicus's theory at last?
Good night. And please, tread lightly.
Sarpi,
What do you want?
your friend Galileo has gone too far. You should advise him to keep his big mouth shut. He is spouting heresy to the impressionable university students.
You're wasting my time.
You persist in protecting Galileo. I will have no other choice but to go over your head and report Galileo to the powers that be in Rome.
You're crazy.
The last crazy man who fought the beliefs of Aristotle and Ptolemy was burned at a stake. You, of all people, should know the consequences of going against Rome. Go back to your hole. Got to get my hands on that manuscript. There must be a weak link somewhere in Galileo's life.
Anyone hungry? Don't come back until you pay your bill.
Look who it is. The brother of the famous Galileo. But I understand that you are a revered musician in your own right.
Thank you.
I've heard some of your songs. La, la, la. Excellent. Excellent.
Well, none of them are actually finished, but I'm working on them, you know, just...
I have a small publishing company. Highly successful.
Really?
I also understand that it is rumored that your brother has written a manuscript.
A manuscript?
We'd be willing to pay a great deal of money for it.
I don't know anything about a manuscript, but he's always writing something or other.
I'm sure you could find it. There'd be a special bonus for you, and you'd be doing your brother a great favor.
Bonus. I'll see what I can do.
My God. You can reach me in Venice.
Oh, what about my music? Should I play something right now for you, or?
We'll talk about your music later.
Ah, later. Okay.
La 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 la, la la la, la la la.
I know I don't cook as well as the chefs at the Medici Palace, but I do my best.
It was excellent. As good as anything they prepare. You know, you're very lucky.
I know.
You live your own life. No one tells you what to do. You lecture on what you love and believe in. You're not frightened by idiots like Colombe.
And what I have to scratch for every piece of gold I get.
I suppose.
I'd like to be you. Young, everything ahead of you, a destiny.
I mean, it's odd. You have everything planned out for you. Destiny. With no choice.
But your way is clear. I didn't have that luxury. You also have peace. My parents argued constantly. The house was spilling over with screaming children. My mother couldn't take care of us all. In a way, that was to my advantage. They sent me away to a monastery to study. I thought I'd hate it, but I didn't. Such wonderful peace and serenity, perfect atmosphere in which to learn. But too soon, my father changed his mind, sent me away back to that crowded house with all the screaming children. I missed the order and the endless quiet of the monastery. The only thing I could compare it to was the sky. That became my refuge. To me, the stars are more than fireballs, more than astrology and astronomy. They are magic. They are direction. They are order. They are light. They are life.
The sky's become my haven, too.
Wonderful. Wonderful. We'll be in touch.
Oh, how about my bonus?
How stupid of me. I almost forgot.
Thank you. Oh, my music. Should I,
Oh.
La la la.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my brother for his kindness, his hospitality, and his patience. I have a present for him. There's a lot more where that came from. I have found a publisher for your new manuscript. And this, my own personal bonus, is my way of saying thank you for your generosity.
Who? What publisher are you? Crazy?
I bring a message from Rome, from Cardinal Bellarmine. Mr. Galileo's to report to him at once.
He has the manuscript.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to help.
It would have happened sooner or later.
I advise you to play your cards very carefully.
How can your manuscript be a dangerous thing? It's full of truth. This is outrageous. You have to fight the Cardinal.
A noble notion, boy. I have no intention of becoming a martyr. Life is not long enough as it is without deliberately shortening it. I will tell the man whatever he wants to hear. And I will continue to believe what experimentation proves to me. They can't control my brain.
So you won't fight?
No.
How good of you to make the trip. I realize how busy you are. So many discoveries in so little time. I understand the Doge in Venice is still impressed with his latest toy. Mind you, that is Venice, and this is Rome. Rome is not so easily impressed. You seem to be in disagreement with the great Aristotle. Now, he wrote that this earth is immovable and does not revolve. And with the sea is the center of the heavens. Ptolemy also upheld this noble view. When you disagree with Aristotle, Mr. Galileo, you disagree with Rome. But tell me, can it be true that the moon has a rough and unequal surface? Does Jupiter have 4 satellites, each revolving? Is the Milky Way truly a collection of small stars? Does the sun have spots?
From my observations, this is all true. I have also been looking at Saturn, which appears to be not 1 star, but 3 joined together.
It may surprise you to know that I, too, have been observing the heavens with your amazing telescope.
I'm honored.
Yes, but I do not believe that the moon is covered with mountains and valleys. Perhaps the irregularities simply suggest more solidified areas. Other learned men agree with me. Ludovico Colombe, for instance.
That idiot, the head of the Pigeon League, what does he know about anything?
Well, he knows heresy when he hears it. And I know it when I read it. From now on, your writings are banned. You would be well advised to keep your wild and unorthodox discoveries to yourself.
We're returning to Florence. I don't want you to associate with Signor Galileo. The man is too dangerous.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I'll make my own decisions from now on. How else will I know how to rule when my time comes? It's my destiny, I know, but I want to use that destiny in the best possible way. And this is my decision. I intend to learn everything that Galileo has to teach me.
What do you want?
I came to apologize. You have the right to answer the charges any way you choose. Who am I to say what you should do? I'm a lowly student.
Exactly. And we must swear never, ever to speak of this again. Promise?
Promise.
Now, you've something more to learn. I've solved the problem of the gavel and the feather. Remember, when the smaller ball hit the ground about this much after the heavy one? Wind resistance. It affects lighter objects more than heavy ones. And the feather, even more wind resistance. Now, imagine if there were no air. In the absence of air, these 2 objects would hit the ground at precisely the same moment. And I intend to prove it.
How? How will you remove air?
There has to be a way.
So, I understand our great professor is in danger of losing his job in the university. Can this be true?
I tried to stop them. Betrayer. Get out of here!
How dare you? This man is a heretic!
You brought the attention of Rome to Galileo. For what? So many lies can be spread, not truth. You're a disgusting bug and you deserve to be squashed.
Bug? 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 My sword! My sword! I'll teach you a lesson!
You challenge me.
My sword!
Remember what happened the last time?
My sword! Hey.
Everything you believe is wrong.
The Earth is the center of the universe.
And yet it's moved. Get out. Get out!
Are you coming? They made the cake too big.
Son, we have work to do.
Some 20 years later, in 1633, Galileo Galilei, like Copernicus and Bruno before him, would be tried by the Inquisition and condemned for the sin of heresy. Pope Urban VIII ordered him to say he was wrong about the sun-centered solar system. Galileo escaped death only by denying his own theories and discoveries. He was placed under house arrest in Florence for the last 9 years of his life.
I, Galileo Galilei, teacher of mathematics and physics, renounce what I have taught, that the sun is the center of the universe and motionless in its place, and that the earth is not the center and not motionless. Kneeling here, I renounce, abhor, and curse with all of my heart and sincere faith all of these falsehoods and heresies.
Years later, the theories of Copernicus and Galileo were proven again by Sir Isaac Newton. The Earth did indeed revolve around the sun. He was asked how he had seen further than other great thinkers. Newton replied, "By standing on the shoulders of giants."
Well, in my left hand I have a feather. In my right hand a hammer. And I guess one of the reasons we got here today was because of a gentleman named Galileo a long time ago who made a rather significant discovery about falling objects in gravity fields. And I'll drop the two of them here, and hopefully they'll hit the ground at the same time. How about that? Proves that Mr. Galileo was correct.